Hello and welcome along to another episode of this FM20 story, The Head Coach with me, Daniel. It's Season 3, Episode 3, and today we're back to play away at Hereford, another side with a pretty big reputation at this level, as we try to continue another relatively good run. We've started on the profile of Charlie Oliver though. He's a player who's literally just been brought in on trial yesterday by our director of football. He's streets above what we've got. It'd be brilliant if we could sign him, but I'm sure it's just a little bit too good to be true, and he'll probably end up going elsewhere. But it's good to see that our director of football is targeting players of this standard. Can only be a good thing for the rest of the year, and he has been busy since the last episode in fairness, so we'll go and take a look at the new players in a moment. But we're also here to avoid any spoilers, so if you have missed any of the season or series so far, please do click back in the eye above to catch up. There's a link to the whole playlist from the start of the series, as well as our other FM20 stories and challenges. A massive thank you to those of you that are following along. I really do appreciate your support with it. If you are enjoying the episode and series, please do put a thumbs up on the video. And if you're new, subscribe for daily FM20 content from both of my long-term stories. So let's go back to the home screen to see how we're getting on before we go and meet the transfers and look at our recent form. In terms of the league table, things are looking pretty rosy. Up in second place on 37 points. Just 2 defeats which have come in both of the last 2 episodes. So let's hope we don't make it 3 today. Of course, we are picking the hardest games out to play on camera, which kind of explains why that's the case. We lost to third place Darlington on the opening day, Blythe down in 11th now, but they were on brilliant form when we lost to them. So since then we've been playing lots of bottom half teams, we've been able to get pretty comfortable victories. The slight issue now is we're going into a trickier run. We're away to Hereford in 8th today, and then our 2 away games after that are against 5th place Boston and 9th place Southport, who are chasing the playoffs too. So we are starting to come into a tricky period here, and the next month will probably be a real test for our push. I also want to complain about our job hunt. We're trying to apply for jobs at the lower end of the National League, and we're getting declined for them each time. And I don't mean that we're just getting turned down at the end. We're not even getting an opportunity to get an interview. The likes of Dover and Solihull Moors, 20th and 21st in the National League at the time, both said no to even giving us an interview. And if you look at what we're doing, we're achieving pretty much as expected. We overachieved last year, we're supposed to get in the playoffs this year, and we're up in second place. I do not know what more we can be doing, and it's really starting to get a bit frustrating. So it looks like we're here at Kettering for the long haul now, until someone's willing to give us an opportunity. Even to get an interview for the way we're performing would be a little bit of a crowning achievement for us. But let's go and have a look at the more positive news, and we'll start with the transfers coming into the club. In terms of transfer history, we've got 2 signings since the last episode, both loan players who are going straight into the first team. High quality signings. The first, Caleb Richards, he's on loan from Bristol Rovers. Of course, we've got brilliant history with them, having brought in Reece Kavanagh in the first year, our director of football doing a brilliant link with them. And it seems to be working again, as we've got a 3.5 star ability left back, 4.5 star potential, and he's also natural at centre half, a position he's been playing in so far too. Got 1 goal in his 5 games from defence, displaced Joe Scars from the first 11, and the fact he's on the bench now, having been a star when we joined the club, shows just how much stronger we've got. And then the second is pretty similar to that, Andre Hassan Ali from Colchester, a right winger with 3.5 star ability, 5 star potential, good pace, electric acceleration, works really hard and a decent technique, and at 19 he's got a lot of room for development, and he's already got an assist in his first 4 games. He's displaced Ollie McCoy, who also makes up a place on the bench now, and again shows just how much strength in depth we've got. We're starting to look like a really good squad. So if we could get Oliver in as well, that would be magnificent, and I'd fancy our chances of trying to chase down York, but for now we've been doing pretty well anyway. Just disappointment in the FA Cup to consider. So after the Blythe game, we started our easier run, Boston possibly being the exception to that. We won 1-0 against them, James Morris nicking the goal, then a 3-0 win against Stratford in the FA Cup, Morris with a brace, and then Goldthorpe getting 1-2. 2 of the star players getting the goals in that. Away to Nuneaton, we were held to a 0-0 draw before a 4-0 win away to Warrington. Again Morris with a brace, Maycock and Hewitt with the others this time. A brilliant performance all round, and yet another clean sheet in succession. Then at home to Merthyr it was slightly tighter, Terrell Egbury scoring in the 3rd minute of stoppage time, otherwise it looked like it was going for a bore 0-0 and we wouldn't have been able to complain on the performance. At home to Stourbridge in the FA Cup, a really disappointing 1-0 defeat. We rested a few too many and we were made to pay for it. Stourbridge really struggling in our division. They're down in 21st, so it's an opportunity missed, but we did get revenge against them in the league. Maycock and Egbury with the goals in that one, though Morgan Morland got the goal again. A brilliant name and a decent striker, and at 19 I'm sure he'll become a good player for them. And at home to St Ives in the league, another very late winner via Josh Hewitt. He came off the bench to score the winning goal, and that's against the side who were bottom of the league at the time. Goldthorpe scoring a screamer in the first half. Then a brilliant 6-3 win at home to Altrincham, another side right down in the relegation scrap. Maycock with a late goal, Egbury Morris with a brace, Goldthorpe and Caleb Richards as well. Goals galore in this one, not the best at the back, and we ended our good defensive run very quickly. Then at home to Gateshead last time out, it was a 2-0 victory this time. Ollie McCoy with a late goal after James Morris got the early one for us. On this occasion again we played the bottom of the league team. Gateshead now bottom, St Ives just above them, and Altrincham in 20th place. So we played 4 of the bottom 5 in our last 4 league games, shows you just how good a run we've had, and now we've got some of the trickier teams coming up. I feel like we could be in for a tough winter. So off the pitch, all's going well in terms of Kettering, not so well in the job hunt, but the managerial support and dressing room atmosphere here is good, so I'm hoping we'll be able to do a good job with them. And most of the problems we get in interviews seems to be a lack of experience leading teams to promotion, so if we can do that with Kettering this year, I really think we'll have a chance of getting another job. But we've got to play from some tricky games, and we're likely going to have another playoff campaign, so let's get into this one against Hereford today. We're slight favourites, but can we make that count? Hereford unbeaten in 5 in strong form. We've won 4 on the bounce in the league too, and our only defeat recently's come in the FA Cup, so we're a pretty good side in pretty handy form. So it's our usual formation. We haven't changed the tactic at all, but some of the personnel in there have of course changed. 2 of the players that have come in on loan, both in the starting 11 now, meaning that Scars and McCoy are dropped down to the bench, and it means the likes of Daniel and T and Javan Vidal not even good enough to get in the 16 now. The same goes for Josh Hewitt, who was our backup centre half. He's now relegated to 4th choice. So we've got Manny Idem in goal. That's the bit that never changes, although he is the weakest player in terms of star rating now, so I wonder if he'll be next on the hit list for the director of football. We'll wait to see what happens after the centre half. We've got James Clark at right back, Richards the new man at left back. Although Evans has been brilliant this year, we really are struggling with fitness for him. He's managed to pick up a few little knocks, and he's missed the odd game here and there as we've gone along. Goldthorpe and Maycock in the middle, Egbury over on the left in good form now, and then a new signing Hassan Ali over on the right wing, with James Morris and Gabby McGill up front. McGill's in poor goal scoring form, not got many in recent months. James Morris more than making up for that though. So let's get into this game against Hereford today and see if we can continue our brilliant run. Well, 4-3-3 for Hereford. Again, those 2 attacking wingers supporting a striker. Not many names I recognise there, possibly only Wedderburn in the middle. So it'll be interesting to see how they set up. Galaber on the bench as well. Here we had him at Dorking Wanderers briefly. Never played a game for us, went out on loan, but a potentially good young winger, and I'm sure he'll develop better in this one. We're going to tell the lads to pick up where they left off after a really decent performance last time out, and let's get into the first half here and see if we can pick up where we left off, or will we end up continuing our run on camera. So we're unbeaten in a few games off it, but then since we come into this one, we've lost our last 2 episodes on camera, and I wonder what will happen in this one. In fact, it's 3 in a row if you concede the playoff final. We've got a corner on the left early on. Goldthorpe to deliver, just 5 minutes on the clock. Punched by the keeper, and it's started a counter-attack here. Merry bringing it away down the left flank. He goes down the line to Finn, and they've got 2 on 2 here. We've managed to hold them up pretty well out wide. Back to Davis, the left back. He cuts it inside, well nicked by Morris high up here. He's got 2 running off him if he can find them. Instead goes short to Goldthorpe, and we've been slowed down on a counter too. There's a great reverse pass from Maycock into James Morris, who has the shot. It's tipped wide at the post. It's very good goalkeeping, and we'll have another chance to deliver with Goldthorpe. He's going to try and whip it in. There's 5 or 6 men competing for the header, but none of them get there. Hassan Ali loses out, and McGill heads the rebound over the bar. Well, 10 minutes gone, Williams with a free kick. Could be his last game as a first 11 player. Wedderburn gets there after an interception and clearance, and left back's beaten by an aerial ball. Crossed into the box from the right, headed away by Clark. Hassan Ali brings it down calmly. He caved around with it in his own area there. Not something we'd like to see too much. Finskins the right back, Clark again though. All on top there is a great save, Manny Idem. Into the box, a left-footed volley, but he manages to get enough on it, and now this time it's Hereford who have got the corner. Finn's going to take it, an outswinger from the left into the back post and headed away. McGill, the target man, doing his work defensively, and he's headed away as far as Merry. He's been forced backwards. Brilliant work from Maycock. Nicks it high up and leaves a 3-on-3. He's charging down the left, but he's not got enough pace, and in the end he goes back to Egbury. He's got to the byline. Can he deliver? Cross is blocked and cleared away, but he's working hard to try and win it back again, but a highlight ends before it reaches a conclusion. Finn with a free kick on the right for Hereford. Been a really entertaining start to the match. Lots of action, though no real clear chances, and again we've got a high block on, and Richards is countering down the left. The left back's charging forward here, he's got a couple up in support now as well, delivers to the front post, Earl heads away, only as far as Hassan Ali, his shot's blocked and now Finn can counter, but the highlight ends with 15 gone. Still goalless, it's been a pretty decent game, Hereford back with yet another corner now, Finn will deliver an outswinger again, Merry down, McGill heads away, only as far as the edge of the box though, the shot's in but it's tamed down the middle, Manny then manages to hold it comfortably, and with just under 20 gone we're back yet again. Clark with a throw on the right for us, he finds Hassan Ali back to the right back again, can Clark deliver, he can't, back to Goldthorpe, into the back stick but it's over here, Egbury gets there on the left back to Richards, he delivers this time to the front post, back to Hassan Ali, he volleys in, did it with aplomb as well, absolutely no chance for the goalkeeper, Hassan Ali rifles it into the roof of the net, and with 20 gone we lead 1-0. Maycock with a free kick on the right hand side, long ball forward which doesn't get anywhere, Evans makes it to the second ball though, it's a pretty decent delivery too, Egbury down to Maycock, his shot goes in, you could argue the keeper should have done better, but he did well just to get a hand on the snapshot, Maycock with another good finish from the edge, and we've doubled our lead with 25 minutes gone. Free kick for Finn on the right hand side, Hereford trying to get one back now, just 10 minutes to go to half time, Finn's gone alone, it's a brilliant effort, Richards just gets a small deflection on it, he guides it wide of the post, it's out for a corner kick, brilliant defending by the new left back, Finn delivers into the front post, Evans heads it away, we're trying to get there for the second ball, Hassan Ali does really well, he wins it back again, and he's got absolutely acres to run into on the right, can he beat the fullback now, he's got Morris up with him too, takes too long and it's clear for a throw in, not the best work on the counter-attack there, but with 5 to the break we'll take a 2-0 lead. Well, there is the half-time whistle. Pretty strong away performance so far. We'll tell the lads we're pleased and let's see if they can do the same in the second. They all look delighted, but it could be complacency. Let's see if we can get a third to really kill it off. McGill, the centre forward, back to Liam Williams. He goes long down the right-hand side, but it's over here. Hassan Ali was never getting there, and he was running in the wrong direction to start with. Throwing on the right hand side, not even 5 minutes gone in this half, been a really entertaining football match. Clark on the right plays a 1-2 in Morris, he's now taking on the fullback as well, but it's back to Goldthorpe, he's got time, and finds Clark again the right back. Back to Evans on halfway, no rush to get forward, good composure but then just switches like that, brilliant ball over the top from the centre half, Morris unfortunately just a fraction offside, the keeper made the save, he wasn't to know, and another good chance goes begging. Bayliss with a long ball forward for Hereford, Williams heads away only as far as Merry, into Wedderburn, they're keeping it in the middle, but not really looking like creating something. Wedderburn goes long down the right, Richards heads away, it's a pretty poor clearance though, falls to the right winger on the edge of the box, goes for a shot, tried to go solo, and in the end it went comfortably wide. We can deal with chances like that all day. But just a minute later, we're back for another Hereford highlight, coming down the left hand side with the left back Davis, into Wedderburn, he's the creative playmaker, and he's created a couple of chances in this half. Clark heads away as far as Goldthorpe though, can we get a counter attack on again? Back to Evans who goes long down the right, James Morris is going to get there first again, he's got a chance to deliver, there's 2 in the box, but the cross is poor and it's blocked away. Finn on the counter on the left hand side, it's been end-to-end football, a wonderful match, I'd love to be a fan here on this occasion, it's been a brilliant game to watch as a neutral. Long ball forward again, James Morris in one-on-one, this shot saved yet again, and again we've got another one of these offside highlights. I know I've complained about them before, but how many of them do we need to see? And we're back immediately again for a Hereford highlight, McCulloch picking it up on the left wing. It's blocked by Clark, it's brilliant defending, falls for Merry in the middle of the pitch though, out to Earl on the right, and they've got a chance to cross here, into the winger who's going to shoot, brilliant tackle, but it falls for Finn, wonderful save Manny Edem, and Liam Williams just hoofs it behind for a corner, when there's plenty of time to turn and clear it wide. It's going to be an in-swinger from Finn, certainly been the key player for them so far, but his corner goes straight through as I say that, and beats everyone out for a goal kick. 25 minutes left, we'll think about subs in a moment, but first we've got a Goldthorpe corner, headed down, Evans back into McGill, he's nodded it in but from an offside position, he just cannot buy a goal this lad, scored about 2 or 3 all season I think, doesn't match his performances, he's been doing really well in every other aspect, but unfortunately he just cannot find a goal. 15 left and we are going to take him off, just because it says he's looking complacent, Hassan Ali's knackered and he's not quite match fit yet, Ollie McCoy a good sub to bring on, and then Goldthorpe's had a very poor game in the middle, Connor Kennedy will come on as the defensive midfielder. Let's get back into it, 15 to go, can we hold out for another great away win? With a throw on the right for Hereford. 10 to go, he's delivered it into the box. Kalaber's up there, he's come off the bench. He's headed away as far as Davis. His shot's wide, it's pretty poor from the left. Almost caught in two minds between a cross there. While the 3 minutes of stoppage time are up, we're praising our team. It's been pretty much without incident the last 10. We've been really solid and professional seeing it out. A 2-0 victory away against a tough Hereford side. We're pleased with the lads and the way they played. It's a thoroughly deserved victory in the end. So let's go and see where that leaves us in the table, what it means for the club moving forward, and can we finally start to get some job offers as the gap at the top's narrowed down to 8. Kurz and Ashton in 7th place, they held lead as York City. If we can get one or two more of those signings in, I'd really fancy us to start to chase them. We've got the best goal difference in the league now, just pipping ahead of York City, and hopefully we'll be able to continue this good run and really start the challenge for the title. So let's see what the media said. Quality finishing the difference. We're never a side that tries to dominate possession, but we are having more of the chances here, and 2 midfielders with the goals in that game, ensuring we're scoring goals from all over the park. As it's Saturday evening, let's very quickly see if there's any other jobs available, almost certainly knowing we're not going to get them. There are some National League jobs have become available. I'm not going to go for the Billericay one, but Barnet is a job we'd certainly be interested in, a professional side at that level. And in League 2 there's also 2 jobs as well, Carlisle who are rock bottom and Cheltenham who are down in 19th place. It's very unlikely we'll get even an interview, but it's worth us having a go to apply. We didn't hear anything back from those foreign jobs either, so it looks like we're going to have to stay in England for now. So let's finish on the schedule to see where we might next be back. In the meantime, a massive thank you for watching this one as always. If you did enjoy it, please do put a thumbs up on the video. It really does make such a difference. Let me know in the comments what you thought of the performance and what we can achieve for the rest of this year. If we sign that other centre half Oliver, we'll have the best defence in the league, and I fancy us to go on another run of clean sheets and maybe compete for the title. And speaking of that, I think we know when we're next going to be back. York City on Boxing Day. What a fantastic match that is, about 8 games time. Hopefully it'll still be first v second at that point, as it means we'll have got through the tough run unscathed. My only worry in the meantime is a lot of away games, most of them against pretty decent sides as well. But if we continue in this form, we shouldn't really fear anyone. We look like a side who should be competing at the top. Maybe we'll get a job interview and be back beforehand, although it's pretty unlikely based on recent events. So I hope you'll join me to find out if that happens. I'm really getting into this series now. If you'd like to see more, then subscribe to the channel for daily FM20 content from my 2 long-term stories. We'll actually have a 3-day gap from this one now, as New Year's Day we've got a channel update planned. So this one will be back on Thursday when we return to the normal schedule. We've got our transfer special from Dorking Wanderers tomorrow in the other save, and then we'll be starting the league season with them on Friday, so a really exciting week of action to come. Finally, I'm part of a podcast that does matchday vlogs and interviews. We do vlogs from all sorts of different levels of the game. You can see the link to the playlist in the eye above. There's a few different ones in there already, and there's much more to come in January too. So if you're a fan of lower league football, then please do go and give those ones a try. We're also available on Spotify, where you can find a number of bonus interviews. But a massive thanks for watching this one and your continued support of the series as always. I really do appreciate it. I hope you all have a happy new year, and you'll join me again on Thursday for the next episode of this one. A top of the table clash between us and York City. It's going to be a mouthwatering tie for sure.